Good morning, class. Today's session we want to look at the highest common factor, or what we call the HCF. The HCF, or the highest common factor. So by the end of the lesson you should be able to understand and use the highest common factor. First of all, what is a factor? A factor is a number that divides into another number exactly without leaving any remainder. Okay? It is also true that each number has at least two factors. It has one and itself. For example, if I take a number 13, it has two factors, 1 and 13 itself. If I take this number 13 and I divide by, if I take this number 13 and I divide by 1, 13 divided by 1, I'll get 1. There is no remainder, so 1 is a factor. What about if I divide this 13? If I divide this 13 by 13 itself, what will I get? 13 divided by 13, I'll get 1. So it doesn't leave any remainder. So it can clearly show you that a number has two factors, 1 and itself in the case of 13. Let's try an example here. List the factors of 60. For us to be able to list the factors of 60, we say that it has to be able to divide that number and leave no remainder. So the easiest way, think of two numbers, okay? Think of two numbers that you will multiply and get 60. Which two numbers? Let's start. If I have 1 times 60, I will get 60. If I have 2 times 60, I will get 60. If I have 3 times 60, I will get 60. If I have 4 times 15, I will get 60. If I have 5 times 12, I will get 60. If I have 6 times 10, I'll get 60. So these numbers that you are using to multiply, or you are multiplying to get 60, are the ones we call factors. Okay? So 1, all these numbers here are the factors of 60. So we shall come here and write them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 12, 15, 20, 30, and 60. So you realize that the 60 itself is a factor of itself. This is what we are saying. Two factors, 1 and itself. The 60, the number itself will always be a factor of itself. In this case, 60 is also a factor of 60. Okay, let's try number 2. What is the HCF, or the highest common factor of 20 and 60? So from the previous example, we have seen the factors of 60 are these ones. What about the factors of 20? Remember, we said we look for those two numbers that we shall multiply together to get this one, 20. So if I use 1 times 20, I get 20. 2 times 10, 20. 4 times 5, 20. So these numbers here are the ones that we call the factors of 20. I'll come here and write them down. 1, 2, 4, 5, 10 and 20. So of the 20 and the 60, what are the common factors? What numbers are appearing in both 60 and 20? Let's see. I have 1 in the 60, I have 1 in the 20. I have 2, I also have 2 here. I don't have a 3, but I have 4 and 4. I have 5 and 5. I don't have 6. I have 10 and 10. I have 20 and 20. So these are the common factors of 20 and 60. If we look at the common factors, which is the biggest number of the common factors? 20 is the biggest number. So this 20 is what we call the HCF, or the highest common factor. Let's try one more example. They can also tell you to simplify the fraction, in this case 20 over 30, using the HCF. So in the same way, find the HCF of 20 and 30. But first, list the factors of 20 from the previous example we have seen. These are the factors of 20. Also, find the factors of 30. I've made it simpler for you. I've written them down. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 10, and 30 itself is a factor. Okay. Step 2. Identify the common factors of 20 and 30. The common factors of 20 and 30 are, if we look, 1 and 1, 2 and 2. I don't have 4. I have 5 and 5. I don't have 6. I have 10 and 10. So the common factors are these ones. If we look at the common factors, which number appears bigger than the rest? It is 10. So the HCF is 10. Now, step 3. Use the highest common factor and divide through the numerator and the denominator. This is the numerator. I divide 10, 20 divided by 10, and also divide the denominator, 30 divided by 10. So you can see here in my step 3, 20 divided by 10, 30 divided by 10, and I'll get 2/3 as my final answer. Thank you very much.